Howard's so mean.
What's your job? Thank you. We always felt like his development was always like 6 or 7 months behind what I expected it to be. He walked late, and he didn't have gestures to wave goodbye, and he didn't have gestures to point at stuff. And so we contacted First Steps, and they did a screening and determined he had a communication delay. And then that opened the door for us to get whatever kind of therapies that they determined were a good fit for him. We kept talking about his quirks. We weren't sure if he was like a normal kid or if he had some definite distinctions. And when he was tested, they said he was autistic, and that opened the door for even more therapies.
You're not gonna do it.
When he turned 3, he aged out of First Steps, but part of that process is they contact the school system, and he qualified for the special ed preschool. When he started that special education, then he ended up only going to daycare part-time, and he would arrive at daycare during lunchtime, and he would be his usual wild, sensory-seeking self.
Stand up. I'll wait.
I am writing to you because I'm having some issues with Taysir in daycare now, and I am not being able to resolve them. I'm responsible for all the children in my care and ensuring a safe, loving, and fun environment for all of them. I feel like I am running out of ways to handle him and keep the others safe. It has become evident that Bright Star is not a good fit for Taysir. He has not adjusted to our routine, rules, or expectations of classroom behavior. I must make the incredibly difficult decision to dismiss Taysir from Bright Star. He ended up going to UCP, Child Development Center, which takes kids with disabilities, and so we feel comfortable that like he's not going to get removed from there. We love him.
He came from the Columbia Public Schools ECSE program to us and was recommended because he had been having some difficulties in other centers. Taysir is a very energetic, very tall, very 3-year-old boy. He's got tons of energy, and that's not unlike many other boys. He's got a mischievous streak, again, not like a lot of other boys. I almost had a different impression, and I had kind of buckled down and was getting ready, and he's been a pleasant surprise. So I think it's been a lot of fun to work with him, and it's been amazing and really neat to see him grow and thrive in an environment when he, hadn't been able to do that necessarily before.
Still working on fine motor skills, like the gluing, the dot dot not a lot, and like the scissors, and just art projects in general, because when they did an evaluation of him, they just found that like if you didn't prompt him through something step by step, then he would get lost after the first step or two. He's been doing therapeutic horseback riding this is his 4th semester of that. And that's really great because since I had the problem with him bouncing off the walls at daycare, the horseback riding provides like sensory input. They do tricks in the barn, they go out on the trails, he has to hold his core, and when he started out, he didn't have the muscles to ride a big wheel or a tricycle or anything. Now he's like a speed demon on the tricycle. Taysir had been exceeding all the goals for the special ed program. They're going to switch him to Title I, possibly. We just did the testing for that on Monday, and we'll find out in a few weeks. Because Title I is for kids that may have a delay or at risk a little bit I don't know if he actually might not get in because he's too good on his academics, and the whole idea of it is to be prepared for kindergarten. And we said, yeah, well, his problems are more emotional, social regulation, and pretending.
Was that a jump?
Oh, it looked like a somersault. But the teacher, when she introduced Title I to us, got us really excited about it because she said they don't spend so much time on academics or like stations of here's your block station, here's your art station. They do more like pretending scenarios, creative scenarios. Adults think he's the greatest kid ever. Like they think he's hysterical and they love playing with him, and but other kids will complain to me like they'll like come up to me and ask me like don't bring him back, or they say things that scare me. Or we'll be at McDonald's and he's always the kid that turns into like the monster that they're running away from or whatever, and they're all having fun, but he's still the monster in every scenario where they're screaming and running away and laughing, like, and I don't want that. I want him to be able to play normally with them. We just got the acceptance letter from Title I a few days ago, and you need to pick your school and pick your time frame and get on another waiting list. And he finished ECSC about a week ago, and he's in regular UCP daycare full time till we figure out what the next step is. For ECSC, he had been bused, but for Title I, they don't normally do busing. If the school can bus him, then we can mark on the form that we can choose any school and morning or afternoon, and he would get in right away, I think. I'm not confident that he could attend Title I this year if we have to provide the transportation. I can't commit to the bus to transporting him. I work at University Hospital, and being a new employee, I park in the boonies. So it takes me 10 minutes just to walk to my car. So doing a transport, I'd be gone for 50 to 60 minutes by the time I drive there and drive back and forth. I want to just be a normal working person and not be asking for all these favors, and I took a more serious job. So, now I'm salaried, now I'm expected to be there, and I don't want to be the black sheep always having, coming in later than everybody else. My dad can help for about half the transports, and UCP can help for the transports if and only if they can do the 12:30 transport for the afternoon session at adjacent schools. So he would have to get on the wait list for those two Rockbridge locations, and I was just told today the wait list is really significant. The Title I people told us that we should write down all the scenarios and they will try to work through it. And I want him to go to Title I because he wouldn't be making progress on his goals. He has more opportunities for that at Title I than he does at UCP. So, kiddo, let's sing one more song, okay? I'm saying You Are My Sunshine.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy with light so bright. You never know how much I love you. Please don't turn my sunshine away.